Hello, and welcome back to my channel. It's so good to have you here again. Today, we're going to talk about something very close to my heart: how we spend our time and on weekends, during the week with friends, while traveling, shopping, doing hobbies, all of that. So, grab a cup of coffee or tea and let's get started. Let me begin with a question. How often do we say, "I don't have time"? Honestly, I used to say it a lot. I don't have time to read. I don't have time to go for a walk. But then I realized something. Sometimes I do have time. I just don't use it well. For example, on weekends, I used to sleep until noon. I thought, I deserve this rest after a long week. Sure, rest is important, but I was wasting half the day. Now I try to wake up a little earlier, maybe around 30 or 9, and go for a morning walk. There's a park near my house, and it's really peaceful in the morning. I listen to music or a podcast while walking, and it helps me start the day with a clear mind. Then I usually go shopping. Not just for fun, I mean grocery shopping. Love visiting local markets. There's a market every Saturday in my neighborhood where people sell fresh fruits, vegetables, cheese, bread. It's a colorful place with lots of friendly faces. Always try to buy seasonal fruits. Last weekend, I got some delicious peaches and strawberries. While shopping, I sometimes talk to the sellers and even get cooking tips from them. After shopping, I enjoy cooking something simple but healthy. I usually try a new recipe on the weekend. Last Saturday, I made lentil soup with lemon and fresh parsley. It was so tasty and easy. Now let's talk about friends. Weekends are the perfect time to meet friends, right? My best friend Sarah and I usually go to a small cafe on Sunday afternoons. We sit, drink coffee, and talk about everything: work, plans, funny things that happened during the week. Sometimes we also go to secondhand bookstores. We love books, but we also like the quiet and cozy feeling of those little shops. Even if we don't buy anything, just walking around and reading the titles is fun. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Emma, that sounds great, but what about hobbies? Oh yes, hobbies are so important. I used to think I didn't have any hobbies, but actually I do. I love drawing and painting, even though I'm not that good at it. I do it just for fun. I also enjoy writing short stories or journaling on Sundays. It helps me express my feelings. Even watching a good movie can be a hobby, especially if it's a foreign film with subtitles. It's fun and helps improve my language skills. Oh, and how could I forget travel? I love traveling, even if it's just a short day trip. Sometimes I take the train to a nearby town, walk around, try local food, and take photos. Traveling doesn't always mean going far. Even exploring a new part of your own city can feel exciting. Last month, I visited a small village about an hour away. It had narrow streets, colorful houses, and a peaceful atmosphere. I talked to the locals and even joined a pottery workshop. It was one of the best days I've had in a long time. So now you're probably wondering, Emma, do you ever rest and do nothing? Of course I do. Sometimes I spend Saturday evening watching a movie with popcorn or just lying on the couch, scrolling on my phone. I believe in balance. We don't have to be productive all the time, but we should also make sure we don't waste time all the time. Let's talk a little about time management. Using a small notebook or planner really helps me. On Friday nights, I write down 2 or 3 things I want to do over the weekend. Nothing big, just small goals. For example, go for a walk, try a new recipe, call my grandma. When I finish those things, I feel happy and satisfied, and I still have time to relax. Let's not forget online shopping. Sometimes I spend too much time looking at clothes or gadgets I don't really need. So now I try to use the wish list feature. I add the items to a list and wait a few days. Most of the time, I realize I don't need them after all. It's a good trick to save money and avoid impulse buying. And finally, I want to say this: spending time well doesn't mean doing big, exciting things all the time. Sometimes it's just sitting in the sun for 10 minutes, calling someone you love, or organizing your desk. These small actions can make a big difference in how you feel. So, to summarize, on weekends, I try to wake up earlier, go for a walk, shop fresh and local, meet friends, do something creative, maybe travel or explore, rest and relax too. If you're listening to this and thinking, I want to use my time better, then you're already on the right path. You don't need to change everything overnight. Just start with one small thing this weekend. Let's now take a closer look at some of the more challenging words from the podcast. These are useful not only for this episode, but also for your general vocabulary. Try to remember them with context and example sentences. 1. Impulse buying, meaning buying something suddenly without planning or needing it. Example sentence I didn't plan to buy the shoes. It was just impulse buying after a stressful day. 2. Peaceful, meaning calm and quiet, without noise or stress. Example sentence. We spent a peaceful afternoon by the lake, just listening to the birds. 3. Cozy, meaning warm, comfortable, and relaxing, often used for places. Example sentence. Her small apartment is very cozy with soft lights and warm blankets. 4. Balance, meaning a state where different things exist in the right amount or proportion. Example sentence. It's important to keep a balance between work and rest. 5. Local, as in local food or local market, meaning from the area nearby, not from far away. Example sentence. We prefer local honey because it's fresh and supports nearby farmers. 6. Explore, meaning to travel around and learn about a new place or idea. Example sentence. This summer, I want to explore the small villages near the coast. 7. Satisfied, meaning happy or pleased because something is good enough. Example sentence. After cleaning the house, I felt very satisfied with how it looked. 8. Gadget, meaning a small tool or device that is useful but often electronic. Example sentence. He spends hours looking at new kitchen gadgets online. 9. Planner, meaning a small book or app used for organizing your time and plans. Example sentence. I use a weekly planner to remember appointments and goals. 10. Seasonal, fruits, food, etc., meaning related to a specific time of the year. Example sentence. Strawberries are my favorite seasonal fruit in early summer. Before we finish today's episode, I want to leave you with a few things to think about. I believe podcasts are not just for listening. They're also for reflecting and growing. So here are 3 simple questions for you to think about after this episode. First, what is one thing you really enjoy doing, but always say you don't have time for? Is it reading, dancing, painting, maybe calling a friend? Think about why you delay it, and what would happen if you just gave it 10 minutes this weekend. Second, when was the last time you felt truly relaxed? Not just sitting on your phone, but really peaceful, like during a walk at a cafe, or maybe during a quiet evening at home. What made that moment special? And third, if you had one free day this weekend, no work, no responsibilities, how would you spend it? Would you explore a new place, try a hobby, or simply enjoy some quiet time with a cup of tea? You don't have to write the answers down. Just carry them with you as you move through your week. You might be surprised at what you learn about yourself. Sometimes small questions help us make big changes. And now, my lovely listener, it's time to say goodbye, but only for now. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Whether you were walking, cleaning your house, cooking, or just relaxing, I'm really glad we shared this moment. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to come. Back next week, we'll dive into another part of everyday life together. Until then, take care of your time, your energy, and yourself. Wishing you a happy, mindful, and cozy weekend. See you next time.